Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination, that gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Aethonics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair. So come one and come all, and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see that there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city, not when the shadow of the uppers keeps the rest of us fumbling in the dark. They get the sunlight and the cotton clouds, while the lowers is lost in the dark at midday. But with a job like today's, I can catch my breath. No guns, no complications, not like last time. I'd sooner throw myself into the well and let the gravity storms pull me apart than go through that again. And if this goes well, I'll never have to. I can still hear my Zio's last breaths echoing in the gunshots that rip the ground from beneath my feet.
Now leaving the station. Please
I could leave this smuggler business behind. I wouldn't have to worry about backroom deals, meddling tyrants, or pulling pennies from the smoke of a gun. I'd find a place up here where the air is clean, where the sun wakes you up in the morning, and the stars say goodnight. It'd be just me and the open sky, finally free. I slip into one of the ritziest hideaways in the uppers, long after the rich and sauced have sauntered off to bed. The glass cage cleans up nice after hours, but no amount of soap will wash away the stink of high-class gin and imported cologne. My shoe gives the glass floor a wary tap as I scan the room. I ignore the booze hound glued to the table and turn to the stern-faced bartender. As good a mouthwash as any. Might come in handy later, too. Currency in my line of work isn't always green. The bartender gives me a look as I grab the long-necked top-shelf swill and take a drink. The regulars flock here to take in the view over a bottle of something expensive and bubbly. Every now and then, a soul gets grounded. And this is the best seat in the house. It's been a while. How's business, Morgan?
Business carries on as usual, Miss Rendazzo. Mr. Blanc's morning is full, and in the evening, we host Kit Holiday.
I know that name from the radio. Shame I'll have to miss hearing her live. The glass cage might tolerate my presence during after hours, but its patience runs dry whenever respectable clientele's on the floor. I got a meeting with Mr. Blanc. Let him know I'm here.
So soon? I'm surprised. And without your uncle.
His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. I slowly inhale. It's too early to let some high-nosed stiff get his kicks in, so I smile. I'm missing an Apollo Diamond picture to be here, Morgan. Help a girl out. The bartender frowns while he polishes a small tumbler. He's expecting me. I don't intend to make him wait. Do you? That did the trick. He reaches his hand under the counter, slowly. A part of me waits for a fiery roar of buckshot to tear through the mahogany. Instead, I hear a click and muted bell.
They'll be with you shortly, Miss Rendazzo. I assume you can show yourself out afterwards.
A familiar scent fills the air and blazy smoke drifts to the corner of my eye, drawing my attention to a darkened booth. The table's already set. A narrow beam of light splits the booth. On my side, a glass of my favorite whiskey. On the other, an ember held in the hands of a man more shadow than flesh.
Drink.
I down the high-class poison. Might as well enjoy it while I can. A smooth burn sits on my tongue and melts clean through the jitters. The shadow sighs around the cigarette, as though he'd sipped from the glass himself.
Manners. Good.
He stubs out the pleasantries with his dying cigarette. Onto a new smoke. Onto business.
A young woman from the Heights requests transport to the lowers. Nowhere in particular.
The Heights? What's some girl from upstairs want in the slums?
I don't care. She requested discretion.
Sounds too easy.
For you, Randazzo, too easy is all you get. For now.
And if she brings in heat from the Heights? She seem like the type to cause trouble? If she's getting into my car, I need to know what to expect.
She is young, naive, harmless. No threat to you.
You're the one who knows things, and that's all you know?
The girl's hiding. I found her buying passage from an unsavory sort, and I offered her an alternative. She's desperate, and she had money.
That was nothing, but more than I could have hoped from a man who charges a premium on information. Where's Wilson? Morgan looks worse for wear out there. The yellow flame flashes on caught breath.
Mr. Wilson is no longer under my employ.
Shame. He owes me money. Know where I can find him? The booth darkens to a silent gloom. Even the...
You'd do best to forget Mr. Wilson. Him and those he associated with. Or you too will find yourself out of my employ.
A string of yellow cabs idle at the curb, their vultures squawking at a young woman standing on the sidewalk, barely 20. She's a bird of paradise, too colorful for the drab concrete jungle around her. Obvious was right. That's the one. One of the buzzards has her cornered. The girl's smile is a mask. She's being polite, but she doesn't realize how ugly this could get. Excuse me, pal. This one isn't worth your time.
Oh, yeah? How's that?
What is she, 16? Be surprised if she had enough cash for a soda, let alone the kinds of tips you jackals make.
Actually, I'm 22.
Are you putting me on? One look and you could tell this one's from the Heights. You got plenty of folder money, don't you, sweet cheeks?
This dumps a bucket of cold water on the conversation. The girl's warm demeanor ices over.
I'm going to go with my friend now. Goodbye!
Loose sparks off the Aetherway fill the humming silence with a surplus of electricity. The cabbies close ranks, staring me down, daring me to make a move. The girl's eyes flit between us, unsure which direction the danger is coming from.
I'm just...
Careful, doll. I don't think it's safe with this bird over here.
I need a bigger monster to scare these scavengers away. I point behind me at the glass cage in a last-ditch effort that could come back to haunt me. You fellas know who owns this joint?
Mr.
Another cabbie elbows him in the ribs to shut him up. They know. Good. And you know not to mess with his business. I nod towards the girl, and the cabbies step away as if she were Lady Plague herself. I'll see you gentlemen later.
You can count on it.
Seething, the cabbies disperse. I hope that's the last of them.
That sure was scary. I didn't realize. Thank you, Miss Smuggler?
I give her a once-over, like a filament warming up inside a bulb. Her shaken nerves are slowly replaced with a beaming smile. My silence doesn't seem to deter her optimism.
So, you're my driver. I'm Nellie. Well, Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt, technically, but please, Nellie's fine.
Name's Gia. So, doctor, huh?
That's right. My degree is in theoretical aethonics. I did my dissertation on Cherenkov radiation's impact on aether particulate flux. Columbia, then NYU for postgrad. Such a gorgeous campus. Have you been?
Can't say I have.
It's pretty close to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics. Olympus Park is what most people call it. Where I work. Or worked, anyway. I've been tracking growth patterns around gravitational anomalies. The well's always been an unusual case. It goes through the occasional spike and ebb, but it's always stabilized, eventually. My colleagues and I, were supposed to meet and discuss what to do about the well, but I was late. I would have been inside already if it hadn't been for Professor Gardner. He discovered something was wrong first. He tried to get me away, and because of me,
She trembles.
There was an explosion. Everything burned so fast. That's when I saw him. Black hat. And then he saw me. I ran as fast as I could.
That's a hell of a story. So a professional killer snuck into the Heights and blew up a building just to get his mitts on you and your research. Your kind have been coming down here for years. They do some tests, make a big spectacle of themselves, and conclude that it's mostly harmless. Nothing more than clouds or a bad
That's the thing! It should be nothing more than a cloud or a storm. For crying out loud, it's not Jupiter's red spot. Something is causing it to persist and expand.
It was just a pause, a moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she...
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
Nurse on this a while, kid. It'll take your mind off things.
I think... No, thank you.
You smoke?
Certainly not.